at LaSalle and have gone to play at the NCAA level. For the 2023 collegiate season, LaSalle has had 9 former players competing at the Division I, II, and III levels, as well as alumnus serving as an assistant coach at the Division I level. Tonight, we celebrate all of our alumni in attendance and honor 2 of our program's greatest players. Our first honoree this evening is an original member of the LaSalle Lacrosse program. Mike Vorgang entered LaSalle in middle school as a multi-sport athlete, playing football and basketball. Then, under the leadership of brothers James Romand, athletic director Pat Mulcahy, and coach Mike Springer, the lacrosse program was created. And Mike would be a standout on the inaugural LaSalle teams from 1986 to 1988. During that time, he was the team captain and leading scorer, and was a selection to the New York State Empire Games in 1987. Upon graduating from LaSalle, he would go from a brand new program to one of the best Division III programs in the country at Cortland State. There he was a 4-year starter for the Red Dragons, then would go over 100 points for his career while being named team captain. After college in 1993, Mike was selected to play for the USA All-Star team, traveling to Australia, and was invited to the first ever Major League Lacrosse Combine held at Giants Stadium. Helping start new lacrosse programs seemed to be in Mike's DNA, so in 1993 Mike was hired at Niskayuna High School to lead the boys lacrosse team at the JV level. The following year in 1994, Niskayuna would play at the varsity level and capture their first Section 2 championship under Mike Vorgang, defeating his alma mater, LaSalle Institute, in the Class B finals, preventing a Title III repeat for the cadets. Since that emotional first championship in 1994, Mike has led his program to 17 more Section 2 titles, 9 regional championships, 3 state finals, and 1 New York State championship, the only by a Section 2 team. Mike was inducted into the LaSalle Institute Athletic Hall of Fame in 2005 and the Adirondack chapter of the U.S. Lacrosse Hall of Fame in 2009. And tonight, we retire number 19 in his honor. Today, Mike is continuing his career in education and coaching at Niskayuna, where he is the 9th all-time in New York State for wins by a head coach and will soon eclipse 500 career wins. He is joined on the field tonight by his wife, Aaron Massaroni, his son Grayson, and stepsons Jackson, Carson, and Braden. Niskayuna may be where Mike had his career, but LaSalle will always be his home. Ladies and gentlemen, number 19, Mike Vorgang. Our second honoree tonight is Judd Newkirk. Judd came to LaSalle Institute from Loudonville as a 7th grader, joining his older brother Matthew, who was a graduate of the class of 1991. Judd started out on the modified level before moving up to varsity in 8th grade. He would go on to set the record books at LaSalle over his career and help put the cadets lacrosse program on the map in the Capital District. Judge was twice selected as first team captain, District Lacrosse League All-Star. He was selected to the New York State Empire Games as both a sophomore and junior, and helped LaSalle win their first Section 2 Class B championship in his sophomore season in 1991. In 1993, his senior season, Judd led LaSalle to their second Section 2 Class B championship over Albany Academy, and the school's lacrosse program was designated as the New York State Scholar Athlete State Champions for their academic achievements. In that senior year, Judd was selected as the first U.S. Lacrosse All-American in school history and was selected to play in the National North-South High School All-Star Game. After LaSalle, Judd would go on to play at Bowdoin College, where he still holds numerous schools records. These include single-season scoring records with 69 goals, the most points in a single game with 11 points, 7 goals, 4 assists, and he is still the all-time goal scorer in Bowdoin history with 177 career goals. While at Bowdoin, Judd was selected as NESCAC Player of the Week multiple times, was a Division III College All-American, was selected to the 56th Annual North-South All-American Game, and was the most valuable player in the East-West All-Star Classic. Judd was inducted into the LaSalle Institute Athletic Hall of Fame in 2005. Judd claims to be Coach Mike Springer's favorite number 19, but there is only anecdotal evidence of this being true. Today, Judd is the managing director of fixed income trading and sales for C.L. King and Associates. Judd is joined on the field by his wife Sarah and their 2 daughters, Sophia and Emma, and his parents Peter and Marilyn. Please welcome back number 19, Judd Newkirk. Now, before we conclude our program tonight, we would like to recognize Hall of Fame coach Mike Springer, who made the trip from Florida to be here with his former players. Coach Springer was the first coach in LaSalle's history, recording over 100 career wins while winning 2 league titles and 4 Section 2 titles. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to legendary coach Mike Springer.
Thank you. Good evening. It's always great to be back at LaSalle, especially on such a special night. They asked me to make some brief comments about Mike and Judd as players. After those bios and those intros, really? I'll give it a shot. They were a pleasure to coach and were fun to watch. They were both great players for their time. They were skilled and tough and determined and coachable and stubborn. And they were self-made through hours and days and weeks and months of work in the off-season. And although they graduated only 5 years apart, they played in different eras. Mike and his teams were trying to win our first ever lacrosse game at LaSalle. Judd and his teams were vying for Section 2 championships. I learned a hard lesson coaching Mike. During his senior season, he would be face guarded, double teamed, locked off the entire game. And opposing coaches, that was their game plan. Don't let Mike Vorgang touch the ball because Mike Vorgang alone could beat you. At the end of the season, when it came time for all league votes, none of those same coaches would cast a vote Mike's way saying, well, he didn't have the stats. I took that to heart. Fast forward 5 years. I learned my lesson. Judd Newkirk never came off the field. Judd played midfield, and we quote-unquote rested him at attack. And at the end of the season, Judd had his stats, and he had an All-American status. Tonight, in a special way, we celebrate 2 special people. There is a saying that people who start the spark don't usually get to sit by the fire. I hope tonight you both are warmed by the flames of your success and knowledge of the spark you struck for LaSalle Lacrosse. My congratulations, and I love you both. Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy the game and go Cadets.
Rusty Kyle. Oh, we doing here? I might have to put on my jury for this one.